Hey everybody, great to see you. I'm Rita Hickman, body mind expert and shiatsu massage therapist out of Northern Illinois. Welcome to my yard. It's a beautiful day. It's kind of cool out, but I definitely hear a little bit of rain in the distance. So it's a beautiful morning to be sitting outside and doing the live stream. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So we've been talking for the last couple weeks about mental models, and mental models are different lenses or view screens. Hey, Kara, mental models are different lenses or view screens that we put over how we look at the world. You know, as you've gotten older, and if you're probably watching this, you've had some life experiences. You've realized that, the different people that you've met in life have changed you. The different situations, maybe travel. Hey, Lisa, maybe travel or reinventing yourself. All of those have added very cool, interesting sides to you, and also given you a lot of wisdom. One of my favorite clients, she has reinvented herself almost every 5 or 6 years. She's been anything from a photojournalist to publisher of a photo magazine, to traveling all over the world, to being a book author, to doing dog training for search and rescue. And she reinvents herself all of the time. And the way she's able to do this is kind of similar to how I do. I walk into a situation knowing that there's so much I don't know. There's so much about the world that I am clueless about, that I'm here to explore and discover. Hey, Christine, I know what I know, but I know there's a lot out there. Right now, my husband's been traveling for work, and so he's been traveling. Right now, he's in Hong Kong, and then he's going to be going to Tokyo. And one of the best things for him is started to have been traveling for business more around the world, because he gets immersed in new cultures where you're able to look at the world through an entirely different paradigm. Now, for you, you don't have to travel all over the world if you want to look at the world in an innovative, creative, open-minded, new way. The solutions to a lot of our problems are already out there. They're already solved. They're already figured out. Our job is to be able to see that they exist. And the only way we're going to see that they exist is by getting out of our own head and starting something new. This is the beauty of having hobbies, as well as the beauty of only learning something. Hey, Carrie, of only learning something to competency, and not diving so deep into it that you become overwhelmed. You can dive in deep for a while, and then you say, oh, it's time to reinvent myself. Now, if you do that, if you start layering all of these different points of view onto your worldview, that's how you become wiser and start to problem solve better, start to live your life and engage your life in a better way. So all those crazy experiences, all the people you hung out in high school, all the different jobs that you've had, if you let yourself realize that each one has given you a different framework to look at the world, and none of them are bad. All of them are valid paradigms for seeing the world. Maybe they've gone a little bit too far in one direction with anger or hurt or violence or obsession or paranoia. That's true. But when you let yourself learn a little bit and investigate and be curious and open-minded about these different points of view, suddenly you become, let's say, closer to all that is. Because every time you layer on a new perspective, a new world view that you didn't have before, you are closer to a higher source, to God, to your higher power, to being complete and whole, because you're adding on another piece to you. You're becoming bigger. You're becoming more multifaceted. So some people get down on themselves. They're like, well, I can't hold down a job, I can't stay on one thing, and that makes me a bad person. It makes me flighty. It makes me unstable. It makes me this, it makes me that. And that's not necessarily true. The fact that we are so curious and interested in how other people, how other careers, how other lives live, that's really in our best interest if we accept it, if we let it in. Hey, Christine, if we let those interesting, cool perspectives past all of our judgmentalisms, past the things that say, you know what, I'm right and you're wrong, and that's just the way that it is. When we take that moment and dial it down and listen with that curious mind, listen with that open heart, one that doesn't say, well, I've already made my decision. When we listen to other people's perspectives and points of view like that, that is how we evolve as people. That's how we become those people that we want to be. So, I mean, I've been involved in all sorts of crazy things. I used to be very deeply involved in Native American shamanism and personal growth that way. And then I went very deep into Asian medicine. Now I'm more on the cutting edge of taking all of those and seeing how science really pulls them all together, all these cultural medicines together. And studying with these different cultures and these different world views has made me a better healer. It's made me a better daughter. It's made me a better spouse. It's made me a better friend and partner. It evolves us. So when you sit there and get mad in an instant, you know, or frustrated or aggravated and kind of shut down and need to be in a comfortable place, do that. Get into a comfortable place. But then when you're there, be curious. Open that door, because that's when you're going to get the new ideas. Now, in every culture, in every new scenario, there are always people who are on the fringe, who are pushing the envelope. And those are the most interesting people around. You know, one of my favorite mentors, he was always inventing new words and inventing new definitions for words that already existed. You know, he was always cutting edge and pushing the envelope. And those are the people that we want to listen to too, because they know what's going to be happening in their field. And they also know, they see things that are coming down in the world. And maybe we'll look at them like, oh my God, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a little bit obsessive, you're a little bit paranoid, you know, maybe we better not go here. But that doesn't mean that they don't have something very valuable to share. Every perspective in the world, every human perspective that's ever been there, every cultural perspective, every language that's existed, hey Stephanie, they all have great value to them. And when we shut them down and walk away and say, I already know this and I'm done, or you're just crazy, I can't handle the new information, you are limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself from becoming the person that you really want to be by shutting down and shutting out different points of view, whether they agree with you or not, especially if they don't agree with you, especially if they sound like, whoa, that is way off the hook. That's nuts. What are you thinking? Take a moment, center yourself, and listen to that. Because in that point of view, there is gold. In that point of view, there is the wisdom that you're looking for. And you don't have to go to the direction that they've gone to. You can take it to your own. So it looks like my network got low, which is sometimes my cue for signing off. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope that you share this, like this, love this, comment on this, and let's keep pulling together as the beautiful community of human beings that we are. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.